Hi everyone, and welcome to this year's staycation diary. This year we decided to go off to Butlin's Minehead, and I'm sure for those of you that have never been there before, this will be one video you want to watch before you visit. We got to Butlins at about 1 p.m. and our accommodation was not going to be ready till about 4 p.m. So we decided, of course, get there early. We're allowed to, of course, look around the resort and even start navigating our way around the place and so on. So when we got there, we were just overtaken by how beautiful the place was. The kids went crazy when they saw all the games and all the activities, they were going to enjoy. First things first, we're told to go into the pavilion to get ourselves registered. And as you can see, the place is huge. You've got Costa Coffee in there, you've got Burger King there as well. You've got several gaming stations. Oh my God, it was just wonderful. So we saw this interesting queue. Of course, that's where our registration was going to take place. So we went in, got registered. It took a little bit of time because obviously some people had issues and so on, but it was still straightforward nonetheless. Like I said, we did a lot of looking around, looking at different stores, just trying to explore and see where to go to, what to do. We had looked online and people had given their reviews, what they thought people should do, what they thought you could afford not to do, and so on. Of course, always come ready with hold on to some cash just in case, because if you decide to use the ATM, you'll be charged £1.50. So you could go down to Morrison's or Tesco, which is just about some walking distance, to use their ATM instead of using this one. So after we got registered, we're given our welcome bundle where we had our wristbands, our key cards for apartments, and we had our all action tickets. Yep, our all action tickets. We couldn't exhaust them during our 3-day stay. We were there for only 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, checking out on Monday, and we were meant to basically enjoy ourselves with this. Now you'll get to find why we couldn't exhaust all of them. We were four of us, including myself, my wife, and 2 kids, and trust me, there was just a lot to do. And we wish we had people that we could give this off to, because some of them ended up being a waste. So first things first, when we got registered, we started touring. We noticed, oh my God, this cycling, they had this interesting cycling carts, and we're like, oh, okay. How much would it cost? So we looked at the highest center, and as you can see there, the prices they had there. So we decided to go for the family option, £18 per 30 minutes. We figured that was enough for us. After all, we're not going to check in until much later in the day. So we basically went for that one. So you have to put down a £20 deposit, and it was an £18 per 30 minutes for the cart for a family of 4. Of course, you had the individual ones as well, but we decided this was the better option for us. It was fun. It was good exercise, I must say, having just arrived, and it was quite warm on the day, so we decided to explore, the grounds, even after, a few strolls here and there. But when we started cycling, we decided to go through where you had the splash indoor park, the water park. Oh my God, that place is fantastic. For me, that was like the best thing ever. So as you can see, the environment is just awesome. It's safe, it's clean. I mean, it was better than what we imagined, to be honest, because after watching some reviews, we were actually concerned that we might not exactly enjoy not because they didn't have different activities, but of course, for every destination, holiday destination, there are positives and there are negatives. So I must say that for the price of this entire trip, oh my God, it was worth every penny and more. Yeah, of course, some things could be improved, let's just put it that way, but nonetheless, it was worth it, and I would recommend this for anyone. So if you're visiting Butlins Minehead for the very first time, here are some things that you need to be aware of. Of course, once you get on the grounds, you're going to be allowed to get in, but you need to check when you're supposed to check in into your apartment or your accommodation. For us, it was 4 p.m. For some apartments or rooms, it might be 3 p.m. or even earlier. You could even pay for early check-in. But we decided, okay, since we're allowed to, start exploring the grounds and even using the gaming facilities there, there was no need for us to rush out. Things were in the car anywhere. We had parked it somewhere around this location. So here we were just touring around the resort, and if you've never been here before, this was a good view of the resort. It doesn't do justice to everything. I mean, all the locations. There's a nice church there for those of you that are Christians. A nice place to spend some quiet time. I think they have a prayer room as well for the religions. That's my guess. I didn't check for that. But generally speaking, the locations are beautiful. Like I said, the Splash Waterworld, oh my god, awesome. We totally enjoyed ourselves. We didn't want to leave. We wanted to went there the next day, not on the very first day. So the very first day, of course, we felt that, okay, just going into Splash Waterworld would be too much for on the first day. So we decided to basically try other things. So of course, exploring the grounds on foot, and also just to have an idea of how far things were from each other, how long it will take us to get to different locations. This is the playground, the play park, or whatever it's called, but I know it's Skypark. The kids went straight in, just enjoying themselves. They did not want to leave the grounds at all. And this, of course, is free. It's free for those of you that are wondering, oh, we have to pay for this. No, once you've booked, it's all free. Little Star Soft Play is also free, but you need to have your socks. They need to have their socks. If you don't have the socks, you're not going to be allowed in. Then just beside the soft play area, of course, you've got this. We didn't go into soft play area. We just decided to go into, of course, where you had all of these facilities. The kids just wanting to jump straight into it. So we explored that with the train. I don't know, I forgot what it's called, but whatever it was, my wife and the kids got on it and they had fun on it. It was quite short, but it was nice. One of the most interesting things that they found, of course, immediately we finished with the rides, or as we're getting done, was that Billy the Bear dropped in and they had the time of their life, of course, playing around with the bear, high-fiving, and also taking some pictures with the bear. The kids were so excited. This basically is Oyster Bay. So Oyster Bay, this is where we're lodging, and our apartment was apartment G. We're staying on the upper floor. So that was good for us because I was concerned if there wasn't air conditioning. Of course, wanted a good location that would be airy and would have good ventilation as well. So it was good. So when we got in by 4 p.m., this is what the apartment looked like. This is where the kids stayed, and of course the hallway. Now take note, the door doesn't lock on the inside, so if you've got kids running around, it'll be good for you to use the latch at the top so that you don't have kids running out of the apartment without your notice. And you've got the toilets there, was nice and clean, quite small I must say, but it was just okay. It was generally okay, very tidy. The living area was good as well. The TV a little bit small, but it's okay. You've got nice microwave, nice and clean, and you've got everything that you needed basically. I was actually impressed with the things that they had there. For the refrigerator, yeah, the size was quite decent, and I was very impressed that they had this because I was concerned, considering the fact that we visited other places and we didn't have half as much as we had here. For this accommodation, they also had pots and pans and so on. We came with some of our the things we needed in the kitchen because we didn't know these things were there. Probably they had it somewhere on their website. They had stated that, but it was good to see that they had cutlery and they had cups, they had mugs, they had plates. So we didn't necessarily need to bring mugs unless of course you're not comfortable using someone else's stuff, or things that other people have used. And of course, we came with beddings as well. But to be honest with you, the beddings there was quite clean. Now this is night review. I mean, this is just, it was just about getting dark, so it was time for us to go for the show we booked for that day, and that was Electric City. Oh my god, it was worth every second of it. Now I'm just going to put in some few clips there for you to see, just for you to have a taste. Of course, I won't be spoiling it too much, but I'll be giving you enough for you to want to go see it anytime you pay a visit. So have a watch. After we were done with Electric City, we were off. We're heading back to the apartment, and the night view was good, was so beautiful. And I was told that Christmas is even more incredible. Skypark looked wonderful, the splash water park area as well. You know, the lights just basically gave the resort a different feel. The ambiance, everything was just beautiful. It was awesome. So the next day we went into, of course, the children wanted to visit the park, and that was a theme park area. So they wanted to visit the theme park area because they wanted to use a go-kart ticket. Now this was included in our all-day activity tickets that we had paid for. So if you didn't pay for that, you will have to pay, I think it's about £8 a ride or £7 a ride for the go-kart. Now some rides were free if you just booked standard without all the activity. I would guess that some of those rides were free, like the Go-Gallopers were obviously free, but the go-kart you'd have to pay for that. So go-kart, of course, we went in, and if you're going in with a child that is below the required height, of course the child has to be accompanied with an adult. It has to go with an adult. So went in with my son, and my wife went in with our 3-year-old, and of course they had fun. I absolutely enjoyed myself, and I came first, by the way. Of course I didn't put it here because I didn't want to show off, but it was cool. Some of us took it more serious than others, let's just put it that way. Yeah, and of course some people crashed. I'm not gonna say who, but it wasn't me. Okay, so let me just allow you to enjoy some of the clips. And of course, yes, we went on, I don't know what this is called again. Yeah, I said I was going to take note of the names of the rides, but this was a very, if you've been to theme parks like Thor Park, Alton Towers, Chesington, and the rest, this is basically just something you would enjoy. I mean, it's not an adrenaline pumping kind of ride, but we enjoyed it. Then next we decided to go bowling. Yes, Here, of course, you need your all-day pass ticket, or you pay for it. So we had the tickets, and like I said, we never exhausted all of them. So I went there to show them some moves, of course, showing them who was. And some people decided not to challenge me because they knew who was gonna win anyways. But my son was brave enough to say, okay, he would have a go. But I'm not gonna brag, but you would know who won the game. Anyways, it was fun. Bowling was fun, pretty straightforward in terms of registering and all of that. Then later in that evening, we went to watch Diversity. Yes, Diversity was awesome. They brought on their A game. I actually didn't expect to see Jordan Banjo and his brother, because I thought, okay, they were so, probably they would have other gigs and they would not be there, they probably would have other engagement, because you see these guys on TV almost every time, so you'd wonder to yourself, okay, they wouldn't be here, maybe they would have the other members of Diversity, which would still be fine, but they were all there. Those big names in Diversity, they were there. And interestingly enough, they gave a brief background of where they started, and they actually started at Butlins. That's where they started from before they went on to win Britain's Got Talent and so on. So it was totally awesome. So I'm just going to allow you to just see a few clips. I'm not going to, of course, like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything. It's just a few clips, and you'll still want to watch them when you get there.
We are diversity.
Then I think this was later on the day, or was it the following day? I can't remember, but we went to watch wrestling. I actually didn't think it was going to be half as good as what I saw. It was really good. It was entertaining. It was also interesting to see how engaged my wife and kids were. Oh my God, the kids were so into it. And this is just some clips. This was, of course, after we decided, okay, we're going to call it a day. So the next day we decided to visit the beach, not to get wet of course, because we had a fun day at the Splash indoor water park, and we were not prepared we were not ready to get into any water again. We just went straight to the beach, just have some pictures taken and just allow the kids have fun. And if you know anything about 2026, there was a drought, so the beach had dried up, so any interactions with water you'd have to walk further down. Overall, our stay at Butlins was absolutely worth it. One thing I would say to anyone visiting for the first time, do your research too. The app is definitely a lifesaver as well. It gives a lot of information about activities going on and booking. Some activities require you to book, and some of course you just show up. So have a look at the app every single day and look at the lineup of activities. For the ones you want to book for, you book, and the ones you want to show up for, you show up. And then of course the gaming area, it'll be good to have some coins as well. Of course, you've got the change machines that you could use to get some coins out. You've got the 2p machines as well, and some of those machines there are just a rip-off, as you know. You can get lucky, of course. You've got the prize shop. When you get some tickets, if you get enough tickets, you can go over to the prize shop and of course exchange that for a prize. Just be aware, sometimes there could be a long queue in the prize shop, so just get prepared. If you like contents like this and you want us to post more reviews about places we visit, please consider subscribing, sharing, hyping, and liking the video. Thank you.